Howdy folks, welcome to Katie Phillips Scrapbook Designs. I'm Katie and today we're going to work on doing the matting for the Mermazing album. In the last video we finished the final fin for this little album, this little 5x5 album, and we are using the Mermaid Tales collection by Echo Park. I'm not sure how far we're going to get in this video. This will be part 1, there will probably be at least a part 2. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe so that you'll get a notification when the next part in this series goes live. So for this video, we're going to focus on getting the matting done for fin 1 and 2 at least, and also finishing the closure mechanism for page number 2. And I'm going to put you guys on fast forward. I will put the measurements down here in the lower thirds. And also, any materials that are still available for sale at a first run store will be listed in the description box down below. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. So let's get started. I'm going to put you guys on fast forward. I guess that took longer than I thought. We've double matted this pocket and double matted this background here. We're going to keep this flat for photographs, and I would say reducing bulk, but if I was that interested in reducing bulk, I wouldn't have double matted it. So let's get started on this section right here. And what do we want to do first? I think we want to do the shaker element first. So let me grab the pieces that we're going to use for that. So let me grab some 110 pound cardstock, and I've got some extra, you know what, we're going to take apart these pages that were originally going to be the base pages, and it ended up not working out, and we are going to use these. I'm going to take this apart. So what size do we want? I haven't even gotten as far as figuring out what the dimensions of the shaker element are going to be. I know it has to be shorter than this distance here, because otherwise it's not going to be able to pull far enough away to release it. So I'm thinking it actually needs to probably, as far as the height goes, be about 1.5 inches total. Yeah, that should pull it free far enough while still giving us enough room to cover, to grab onto this flap here. So we're gonna make it 1.5 inches tall by, so I've got everything flipped over backwards. Let's go 4 inches wide. So we've cut 2 pieces to 4 by 1.5, and I'm going to have to cut a window in one of these. And I was thinking I was going to be able to use a die, but I'm not going to be able to. I don't have a die that will trim that. So we're going to grab a self-healing mat and a box cutter or craft knife. If you have a craft knife, you can grab a craft knife. But before we do that, I'm going to mark quarter of an inch, and then we're going to draw a line. This will be the back side, so I'm not too concerned about quarter of an inch all the way around. Trim out this section here. It's a good thing this is going to be the back. So just as I was about to start cutting, I realized I wanted to go ahead and glue a frame of some kind, because I didn't want a white frame, so I've gone with a purple frame, and we're going to do something similar for the background here. I have to trim that up just a little bit. So let's use these orange bubbles. I wonder. Yeah, we'll use this scrap here. So I'll put this down to about 4 1/4. It doesn't need to be exact. And we do need to trim up. Piece just a little bit. Let me hear that down. And I don't know why I keep thinking that that's 4 1/2. It's 4 inches. So that's going to work pretty good. And I think this sticker is going to fit. We're going to have to scooch that over a little bit. Okay, so this is our background image. We need to finish assembling the window. So I'm going to grab some acetate and trim that down, glue that to the back here, and then I'm going to grab some chipboard and trim that to about 1/8 of an inch thick and fit it around the edges. That was more of a challenge than I was expecting. Some of the chipboard separated, like in the middle of the chipboard from top to bottom. It started pulling away from itself, which that's one problem. Can't have that. And then it snapped back and popped up and caused some of the shaker elements to stick to the double-sided adhesive, which would prevent the shaker from sealing. So that was another issue that had to be dealt with. Now we need to get the mechanism that's going to hold it to these two bands, and you need to know what is the distance. I should flip this upside down. From the edge of one band to the other, and we're looking at 3 5/16. So let's make this 3.5 inches wide after all the folding. So we're going to go with 4.5 inches wide by 1/2 inch tall. And we're going to use 65-pound cardstock for this. And score this at 1/2 inch over here, and go to 4 inches over here. That should be enough. We'll test it. Yep, that will be wide enough. So we will center this on the back. I'm just thinking to myself, is the back of this going to be visible? I don't think this is ever going to be visible, so I'm not going to worry about matting it. Almost tall enough, but not quite. So let's go ahead and cut another one. We're going to cut to 4.5. Actually, we're not going to make that cut yet. Trim this off. Now the bands are 1 inch wide, so we want to cut them to 3/4 of an inch wide, the mats anyway. And we need to cut the height to 4.5 inches. And it doesn't have to be exact, because it's not going to ruin the fit of something if it's not exact. Alright, so while I was waiting for everything to dry, I went ahead and trimmed out all the other mats. Let's go ahead and slide this on, make sure we've got it right side up. And yeah, I think that'll be enough to catch and hold that top flap. So we're going to glue the bottom tabs down on the belly bands. And I selected this coral to go underneath. Hopefully it won't be like too glaring or gaudy. The tones in this collection, they're all jewel tones, so everything's kind of bright. So I'm going to go in from the free edge of the page. It's wanting to slide around on me. Before I move on too much farther, I want to add a sticker. And maybe this sticker sheet is going to behave itself. But I want the sticker right there. This mat is just cut to 4.5 by 2 1/4. It would make a great spot to do some journaling, or you could add a photograph if you wanted to. For this large flap here, we're just going to do a solid cardstock. Let's do this purple. And it's cut to 4.5 inches squared. We're going to trim the corners off. If I can find my scissors, they get buried. I cut this piece to 4.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. I'm going to trim the corners off because that will help us slide it into place. And the outside of the pocket, we're going to double mat this. That's going to do it for this video. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. All the materials that I can find, and like Amazon, scrapbook.com, Michaels, will be listed in the description box down below. And the next video, we are going to do the matting for fin number 2, which is pages 3 and 4. And that's going to include this little gatefold section here, and this pre-made waterfall. And if you want to see how this was made, so that all we have to do is just glue it down, check out the see, this is base page, actually either of the base page construction videos will show you how to do this, because we've got another one coming up on one of these fins here. Yeah, this one. So either of the 2 base page videos in this series. So we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.